How long is it going to take California to dig itself out of this hole?
I think that you will see that there's a nationwide and a worldwide crisis right now. I think every country in the world is scrambling right now, and is really have some serious problems with revenues, with their businesses, with the housing, and with all those things. I mean, it's worldwide. All the other states have the same kind of problems. I think that it would take, and yesterday there were some briefings where Bernanke was and gave a speech, and other people, experts. It is very clear that we will see kind of a pickup again, if you will, beginning of next year. That we will when will we come back to normal again? I think that could take years from now to get back to where we were.
And you think President Obama's stimulus package is an important component of that? You are at odds with a lot of Republicans, especially here in Washington. They almost all voted against it. The chair of the Republican Governor's Station, Governor Mark Sanford of South Carolina, said it's a huge mistake.
We're a nation that has $52 trillion of accumulated liability, $52 trillion of political promises that have been made but not paid for. And the idea of stacking up another trillion, another trillion, another trillion, we really do get to that tipping point.
What's your response to him?
Well, Governor Sanford says that he does not want to take the money, the federal stimulus package money, and I want to say to him, I take it. I'm more than happy to take his money, or any other governor in this country that doesn't want to take this money. I take it, because we in California can need it. I think that it is a terrific package. I think that if you ask 1,000 people for their opinion, what is their ideal stimulus package, you will have 1,000 different answers. So everyone's is a little different. I think that he has done a great job, and I think California benefits tremendously from that. $80 billion. There's tax benefits there of around $35 billion. There's other advantages, $45 billion of monies that go to transportation, to education, to healthcare, in all those different areas. And there's even some money in there that could benefit our revenues, or I should say our budget itself. We have a trigger language built in there, so that if some money comes to that, then we will reduce the cuts and we will increase the spending.
But Governor Sanford and Governor Jindal and several other Republican governors are not only against the stimulus package in principle because it's going to add to our debt. They say that some of the specific provisions, like some of the unemployment provisions, are going to make tax increases necessary in their states in future years. Is that what's going to happen in California?
Well, no, I don't see it this way. I see only a benefit to the state of California, that President Obama is going to eventually do a tax increase on the wealthier people. I think that writing is on the wall. I think he has talked about that during his campaign.
It's in the budget now.
And I don't like that, of course, but I mean, I understand that he has to do what he thinks is best for the country, as much as I had to make decisions what is best for the state of California. So I think there's certain things that are inevitable, especially when you have a crisis like this.
So when you see Governor Sanford, when you see the Republican leadership here in Capitol Hill absolutely opposed to this, are they being unrealistic?
No, I think that people have different opinions. I mean, I think that Governor Sanford is a very, very smart guy, but he has a different way of looking at that. And a lot of my colleagues look at this differently. I look at it in a more optimistic way, and I feel very strongly that I think that President Obama right now needs team players. This is why we're here in Washington right now. We have more than 40 governors coming together here in Washington, and the idea is to get together with the White House, with this administration, and to work together, to have Congress, the White House, and the governors and everyone work together, because it's a very difficult time now where we have to play together rather than using politics and always attacking everything.
You know, Senator Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania agrees with you, and he was one of the Republicans who voted for the president's package, and he says that the rest of the party risks becoming the party of Herbert Hoover. Are you worried about that?
Well, people always, say that the Republicans are always a party of no and, attacking the Democrats. I don't think that the Republican Party is any different than the Democratic Party. I think that politics, the horrible thing about politics is that the more they attack each other and the more they try to derail each other, the worse it is for the people.
But these are real differences of principle.
I know, but that's why I said, you got to go beyond just the principles. You got to go and say, what is right for the country right now? I mean, I see that as kind of like, you go to a doctor's office and say, look, can you examine me? The doctor says you have cancer. What you want to do at that point is you want to see this team of doctors around you, have their act together, be very clear, and say this is what we need to do, rather than see a bunch of doctors fighting in front of you and arguing about the treatment. I mean, that is the worst thing. It creates insecurity in the patient. The same is with the people in America. It creates insecurity when you have those two parties always arguing and attacking each other rather than coming together and saying to the American people, here's the recipe. This is it. They're going to be tough, but this is what we need to do for the next 2 years, and we both believe in that. That will bring calmness to the market and stability.
So you think Republican leaders in Washington should be cooperating more with President Obama?
I think that if they should make an effort to work together and to find of what is best for the people, because by derailing everything, it's not going to help anybody, and it creates instability and insecurity. And I think also the Obama administration, I mean, as you know, the president is very clear with his message, and he's a very great speaker and articulates really well. But there's people around him that they also have to have that same clarity when they go out there and make people feel at ease and that they have to act together. And I think that altogether we can really bring this country back, because I tell you, no matter where you look, this is still by far the best country in the world. There's no one that can come even close to us.